What's up guys, Cameron Bash here, coming at you guys with another WWE 2K Battlegrounds video, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys the absolute fastest way that you can grind out and farm Battle Bucks within this game. Now, for those of you who don't already know, Battle Bucks is the currency within WWE 2K Battlegrounds that allows you to purchase a whole range of items within this game. Those items include superstars, alternate attires, creation parts for both custom characters and battlegrounds, tournament entry fees, and more. These items can also be purchased with a currency called Golden Bucks. However, that currency can only be purchased for real money, so it isn't something you're going to be able to grind for and farm. As you can imagine, since we have these two different types of currency, you're going to need a lot more of the free one than the paid one in order to unlock some of this stuff. For example, a legendary superstar such as Triple H within this game costs 300 Golden Bucks, which you would need to buy at least a 500 Golden Buck package for, which would cost you back about £3.99 or $5. In the free currency, that same legendary superstar is going to cost you around 12,000 Battle Bucks, a steep difference between the two prices. It's pretty obvious with everything taken into account there that using the free currency is going to be the ideal way to go for most people. So with that being said, let's get into how you can farm this currency in the fastest way possible. So in order to make this video, I had to spend a number of hours running various farming techniques and tests within this game, testing out which ones work the most effectively, and ultimately, I've landed on two methods. Both of these methods are very different to one another, and each one has its own benefit depending on the type of player that you are. Like I said, this video did take quite a long time to plan and put together, so if you do enjoy the video and it does help you out, please be sure to drop a like rating. I'm going to go ahead and run down each of these methods one at a time, and then at the end of the video, you should easily be able to decide which one of these works best for you, and then move on from there. So to begin, method 1. The good old grinding technique. Now this first technique is more of your classic mundane farming technique where you do the same task over and over and over again in order to reap the rewards that task offers. Now the only way to actually earn Battle Bucks within this game is by actually playing the game. So I went ahead and I tested out every single expedition game mode in this game, and unfortunately at this current moment in time there's not a lot of range between what these game modes pay out, and they all pay out pretty much the same thing. Whether it was a Tornado Steel Cage match that lasted 15 minutes or a 1v1 that lasted 5 minutes, the payout range is pretty much identical. So how do we manipulate this to give us the fastest payout possible? That's where my old friend Triple H comes into play. Now for those of you who aren't aware, Triple H is a pretty cheap character to play as online, as he's able to gain a lot of heat really quickly without having to do an awful lot. When we take these tactics that'd be cheap against other players online and then use them against an easy difficulty AI, it's almost impossible for the AI to keep up. What you're going to want to do is what you're seeing on your screens right now. Set up a 1v1 men's expedition match. Make sure the difficulty is set to easy, as the difficulty doesn't make a difference on the payout, and then select your character as Triple H, and select your opponent as a weaker character that isn't going to be able to put much of a fight up, such as Tozawa or Apollo. Then, once you're in the match, let the farming commence. You're first going to want to knock your opponent on the ground. You can easily do that with a running push or a strike combo. This will allow you to get 2 taunts off while they're on the ground. Then when they get up, Irish whip them into the corner to stun them again, delivering 2 or 3 more taunts from behind. By this point, you should already have your first special move. Simply strike the dazed opponent that you threw into the corner, hit the special move, hit that spine buster, and while he's on the ground, repeat. 2 taunts, he gets up, whipped corner, more taunts, strike, spine buster, and by this point, you've won the match. Simply lock in a submission hold by holding either X or A depending on your console, and your opponent will soon tap out. Then when the match is over, press X to skip past the win screen to your reward screen, hit either X or A again to speed up the XP bar progress, and then hit play again and repeat. If you're able to focus on the task at hand here in a very efficient way, you will be doing these matches at a rate of at least 45 seconds each. Once the match menus have been taken into account as well, each match should take between 60 to 90 seconds long, and each time you win one of these matches in this way, you can expect a payout of 140 to 180 battle bucks. After testing this strat out for a number of hours, the results of my testing showed that you could average out around 50 to 52 matches per hour, meaning you could range from anywhere between 7,000 to 9,360 battle bucks per hour farming with this strategy. Based on my specific tests, that final hourly result was closer to 7,500 battle bucks. You should also take into account the leveling up that you're going to be doing as part of this as well, as you'll also be earning XP for those matches, leveling up, and earning more battle bucks from those levels in the process. Between the levels of 20 to 30 when I was doing this, I was leveling up in this method by an average of 2 to 3 times an hour, which resulted in an additional 6,000 battle bucks per hour. So, that is method 1, a very standard way of farming and easily one of the most effective ways in this game. Now, the second strategy I'm about to share with you has the potential to earn you even more battle bucks per hour than that one does. However, there are a lot more variables at play here that can cause this to have some issues. So here we go, let's get into it. Method 2. The second farming method for battle bucks in this game involves playing the game mode King of the Battleground. For those of you who don't already know, this is a King of the Hill style game mode where people take it in turns to get in the ring and fight to eliminate each other. It's effectively an endless Royal Rumble match, but it's called King of the Battleground. I know I said this game mode can be endless, but it can also end. If someone manages to eliminate the last person before somebody else joins the lobby, then that would declare that person the winner. If you're able to win one of these matches, then you can expect a payout of around 2,000 battle bucks. Each match was typically a longer match, lasting around 8 to 10 minutes each. When I lost the match, the payouts sat between the 500 to 600 range, and those lasted on average between 4 to 6 minutes long. This is the first place that this method starts to become a little bit problematic. With method 1, you know how much you're earning and how long it's going to take you to earn it. 140 to 180 battle bucks every 60 to 90 seconds. When it comes to King of the Battleground, you don't get those same types of guarantees because you're playing against other players. You might be able to hold your own sometimes and win a few games leading to those bigger rewards, but you don't know if someone better than you is going to be in the lobby causing you to lose that one. The other thing you got to take into consideration as well, while the times I provided for you guys were the averages, there is quite the possibility that your match can go on and on and on, and the payout doesn't get much higher the longer it goes on. You also have to take into consideration things like connection issues and waiting for the lobby. There are plenty of times that I would search for a minute and then get an error saying that we can't find you a match. Or sometimes when I finally got into a match, I was on the outside of the ring with 3 people in front of me, sometimes waiting up to 10 minutes to join the actual match itself. And then oftentimes, when I did manage to get into a match, I was met with double teaming, which is almost impossible to deal with in this game. With all those things being taken into account, I was averaging around 6 games of King of the Battleground per hour, with me winning 1 in every 3 games. This put my average battle bucks earned over that hour at around 6,400. Just like with method 1, you do earn XP here, so you'll be earning rewards from leveling up as well. On top of that, there are also challenges to be earned while playing in King of the Battleground, such as for getting eliminations, which will result in more battle bucks being paid out. Seeing as this is a strategy that depends on how your interaction with other live players goes, I figured it would be wise to share with you both the best and worst case scenarios when it comes to farming for battle bucks in this way. The absolute worst case scenario for this method is around 3,000 battle bucks or less. This takes into account that you were able to join 6 different games over the course of an hour and you lost them all. This would give you around the 500 payout mark, but sometimes lower depending on how quick you were out. The absolute best case scenario is around 12,000 battle bucks or higher. This takes into account that you were able to join 6 different games over the course of an hour and that you managed to win them all. this would give you around 2,000 battle bucks per game, sometimes being higher depending on how well you did. As you can tell, there is quite a bit of range in the difference between the worst and best case scenarios when it comes down to this method, and it's quite fitting in a way that the total earned from method 1 sits slap bang in the middle of these two outcomes of method 2. So, with both method 1 and method 2 now out there, which one do I think is the best? To be honest, I do really think that it's going to come down to each player's own personal playstyle to work out which one of these is best for them. I would assume someone like It's My Yard wouldn't have a problem going into King of the Battleground and winning 4 to 6 of those games that he plays over the course of an hour, but a less experienced player might have difficulties with that, meaning that method 1 would be the way to go. And that's the main reason I wanted to provide you guys with both of these methods with as much detail as possible, so that you can make the most informed decision that's best for you and the way that you play this game. The only other thing that I would recommend when it comes to farming battle bucks within this game is to just make sure that you do everything. You have daily challenges, plenty of opportunity throughout campaign mode to earn battle bucks, plenty of opportunities in King of the Battleground to earn battle bucks, so just play everything. Do those challenges, earn those extra battle bucks, and unlock everything that you want to unlock today. And that's going to do it for this video, guys. I'd like to thank you so much for watching this one. It was a lot of fun to put together, and as I mentioned earlier, it did take quite a bit of extra time to put together. So if you guys did enjoy it, or it did help you out in any sort of way, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below, and leave a like rating on the video. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you real soon for another video. Happy farming! Hey guys, thanks very much for watching that video. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more from me, then I'm live on Twitch most days of the week. You can find a link to that down below, along with links to both my Twitter and Discord server, where you can find out when I go live. I look forward to seeing you over on a stream.